Hi, were you calling me? Hello?
Hello?
Who am I talking with?
I don't know. Who am I talking with? I didn't know my sister was on.
Well, I don't know. I was watching the play.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint about my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given my child rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so she will not consent by your grace to marry with Demetrius, I do beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in this case.
Well, what say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
Well, in himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
Would my father look, but with mine eyes?
Oh, rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I may bold, or how it may concern my modesty. But here in this pleading thought, I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may fall in my case. I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Well, either to die or to abjure forever the society of men. Whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun.
So I will grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere while my virgin patron up. And to his lordship an unwished yoke, my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Well, take time to pause, and by the next moon, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as you would. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
True, he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, and my fortunes every way as fairly ranked, and as well vantage as Demetrius. And which of most of these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then persecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch to his head, made love to Nader's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconsistent man.
Well, I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come. And come, Egeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both.
With duty and desire we follow you.
Come now, my love, why is your cheek so pale? How the chances there do fade so fast? I me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run so smooth. But either it was different in blood, or
Oh, cross, too high enthralled, too low.
Or else misgraft in respective years.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged, too young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes?
Or else it were we in sympathy of choice. A war, death, a sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream.
True lovers ever did cross. It serves as an edict in destiny. Let us then teach our trial patience, because it is customary cross. Sue lovers and wishes and fears and dreams and poor fancy followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house, remote of 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only child. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou love me then, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance of a morn of May, there I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, with the best arrow with golden head, in that place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly I will meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. But look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear, when wheat is green and when hawthorn buds appear. A sickness is catching. Oh, your favors so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia. There I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
And give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None, but your beauty. Would that fault were mine?
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. At once a time Lysander and I did cease, seemed Athens a paradise to me. And what graces do love to dwell, that has turned heaven into hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe hath foretold a time that lovers' flight doth still conceal, through Athens' gate we have devised to steal.
And in the woods where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds won't lie, and emptying the bosom of our counsel sweet, there Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to meet new friends and stranger companies. Good luck, sweet playfellows, pray thou for us. Good luck grant thee by Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, for we must starve our sight from lovers' true deep morrow midnight.
I will, my Hermia. And Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities things base and vile, folding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste, and therefore it's love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy, love, is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine, and when his hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, then to the wood will we tomorrow night pursue her, and for his intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense, but here in meantime I rich my pain, have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You're best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name through all of Athens that's thought fit to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then name the name of the actors, and so grow to a point, huh?
Merry our play is, the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I'm for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? Is it a lover or a tyrant?
A lover who kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask for some true tears in the performance of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest. Yet my chief humor is to play a tyrant. I can play Heracles rarely, or part of Terracatin, to make all split. The raging rooks and shivering shooks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, Quince, name the rest of the players. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender. Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
Here, Peter Quince. Here, Peter Quince.
Flute,
Yeah, here, Peter. Oh.
Again, you must take Thisbe on you.
Oh, what is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Well, nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Oh, and let me hide my face. I can play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisne, Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear. Ooh.
No. You must play Pyramus and Flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Snug the joiner, you the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? I pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Ah! Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me roar. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
I grant you, friends. If you should do it too terribly, you would fright the Duchess, and they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you on toward any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. Ooh, what beard were I best play it in?
Why, what you will.
Well, I could discharge it in either your straw-colored beard or your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect jello, huh?
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play bare-faced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night and meet in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. For if we rehearse and we meet in the city, then we will be dogged with company, and the place is known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
How now, spirit, whither wander you?
Farewell, thou lob of spirits, get thee gone! Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, for she in her jealousy hath...
Here I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not she that frights the maidens of the villagery, and sometimes makes the drink to bear no barm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not she?
Well, thou speakest all right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I, a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, but room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know, when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steppe of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and your warrior love.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon?
Set your heart at rest.
How long stay you in the wood?
Perchance till after the coming wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, Shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me thy word, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her love to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
Draw me, hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, to be used as your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I'm sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich and worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think it is not in the night, nor doth its wood lack worlds of company, for you and my respect are all in the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
I, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. I, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph, ere he do leave this grove. Thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, and here it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes. But do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come, a roundel and a fairy song, and to your offices, and let me rest.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen. Mutes and blind worms do no wrong, come not near our fairy queen. Fair man with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 la. Never harm nor spell nor charm come, my lovely lady night. So good night with lullaby, weaving spiders come not here. Hands long like spinners' hands, feet was black, approach not near. When no snail do know of plans, fill them. Hence, away, now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak troth, I have forgotten our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
But one turf shall serve as a pillow for us both. One heart, two beds, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take these sense, sweet of my innocence. Love, take the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, two bosoms interchanged with an oath. So then be two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles me very prettily. Much be true my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But for love and courtesy, lie further off than human modesty. Such separation may well be said, that brings about a virtuous bachelor and a maid. But so far be distance, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter life's sweet end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life for I and loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep, give thee all his rest.
If hath the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Nine silence, who is here? Oh, weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. Oh, and here's the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Oh, pretty soul. She durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. And when thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So wake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies. She hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, mine are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that made me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel though Demetrius do, as a monster, fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's stern eye? But who's here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!
Oh, and run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, but through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? Oh, fit a word, that vile name is to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though, yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent. The tedious minutes I with her have spent, not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven to a dove. The will of a man is by his reason swayed, and reason says that you are the worthier maid. And things grown are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now, ripe with no reason, and the touching now to the point of human skill, that leads me to your eyes, where I overlook the love stories, wherein love's richest books.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? Wherefore at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough. It's not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. That a lady of one man might be refused, should of another therefore be abused?
She sees not Hermia. Hermia's sleep thou there, and never mayest come Lysander near. In all my powers, address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me, do thy best. Pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ah me, for what a dream of pity was here. Lysander, do you not see how I quake with fear? He thought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sit smiling at his prey? Lysander! What, removed? Lysander, Lord! Gone, without sound, without word? Alack! And if you speak, speak of all loves. I do swoon with fear. No? Well, then I will prevail to see you, not I. Neither death or you I will find immediately.
Are we all here? Are we all met?
Pat, and here is a marvelous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
Sayest thou, bully bottom?
Well, there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. I mean, how answer you that?
Fire like in a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Nah, not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue. And let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. Ooh, and for the better more assurance, tell him that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion amongst ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wild fowl than that of your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Oh, therefore, let there be another prologue that tells you he's not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, for my life for yours. Oh, if you think I come hither as a lion, oh, it were pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name and tell him plainly that he's Snug the joiner.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, and every mother's son, rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin when you have spoken your speech and enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
Okay.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near to the cradle of our fairy queen? Oh, what? A play toward? Well, then I'll be an auditor, perhaps an actor too, if I see the cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet, so hath thy...
Odors.
Odors, savors sweet, so hath thy breath, thy dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice, stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Okay. Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like red rose on triumphant briar, most briskly juvenile, and most triumphant Jew, as true as truest horse that would never tire. I meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tired.
Oh, as true as horse that would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted. Pray, masters, fly masters, help!
Why do you run away? Oh. This is a knavery to make me afeard.
Bottom. Oh, change. What do I see on thee?
Oh, what do you see here? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Luckily, Bottom, thou art translated.
Oh. I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to frighten me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear that I am not afraid. Oh, you gonna take me home tonight? Oh, down beside the red firelight. Oh, you gonna let it all hang out, fat bottom girls? You make the rockin' world go round.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
Hey! Ooh, I was just a skinny lad, never knew no good from bad, but I knew life before I left my nursery. Left alone with big fat Fanny, she was such a naughty nanny. Hey, big woman, you made a bad boy out of me. Hey, hey!
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force, forth doth move me on the first view to say, no, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbor were to make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Well, not so neither, but if I had enough wit to get out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. But I do love thee, therefore go with me. Fairies to attend on thee. Be kind and courteous to this gentleman, and wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. Moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye. And when she weeps every little flower, lamenting forced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue. Ring silently.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was the next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Okay, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sport, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed near his eye, then at his sight, away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here over and over one falls, he murder cries and help from Athens calls. I led them on in this distracted fear, and then left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
Ah, this falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman whose eyes must be eyed when she wakes, and all that good stuff.
Oh, stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
I would chide thou hast given me worse. Thou hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, bring shoes and blood and plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so high unto that day as he to me would have stolen away. But it cannot be that thou hast murdered him. But would a murderer look so dead, so grim?
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What is this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him to me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Oh, dog out there, you have driven me past the bounds of a maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray that you will tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege to never see me more. And in your hated presence I part thee so, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens, look thou find. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye, when his love he doth espy. Let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Oh, Captain of our fairy band, Helena, is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's speak. Shall we therefore pageancy? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then we'll two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep. So vows are born, in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows, her and me, put into scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her o'er?
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou hold'st up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you're all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me? I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. Vow and swear and superpraise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena? A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make your sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, I, in Hermia's love, and yield up to you my part. And yours of Helena's to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do until my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as guestwise sojourned, and now to Helen is at home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou will buy it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Hark, night that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quickly apprehension makes, when doth impair the seeing sense, it pays a double recompense. Thou art not by my eye, Lysander, found, my ear I think it brought me to thy sound, but why unkindly did thou leave me so?
Why should he stay who long doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from thy side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. A fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all you fiery O's and eyes of light. Why thou seekest me? Could not this make thee know? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we spent together when we chid the hasty-footed time for parting us? Oh, is it all forgot? And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, it is not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel its injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems as though you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph,
yes,
fine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander, so rich within his soul, and tender me, sooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? Would thought I be not so in grace as you, though hung upon with love, oh fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved. This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persevere. Counterfeit sad looks, make mouths open upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet chest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my soul, my life, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Ha, thou canst compel more than she can entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life, I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than she can do.
Oh, if thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come!
Lysander, where to tense all this?
Away with you, Ethiop!
No, he'll take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou vile bird thing! Let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent!
Why have you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
My love! Out, toddy, Tartar! Out! Loathe medicine, hated potion hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What greater harm can you do than hate? Hate me? Wherefore, what news is this, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair as I was there a while. Since night you loved me. Why then have you left me, O gods forbid? In earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. But, and therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt, be certain nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine. If faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Aye, that is which way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our two statures, and with her personage, her tall personage, she has prevailed with him, and he has grown so high in her esteem. Because I am so dwarfish, so low. How low am I, thou painted maple? Speak! How low am I? Am I not yet so low that my nails can reach into thine eyes?
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I'm a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower, hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Gave that in love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you. For love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now so you will let me quiet go. Athens, will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
What is it that hinders you?
Foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Oh, little again, nothing but low and little. Will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering nutgrass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Ha, she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest to try whose right, of thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Follow, nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
Oh, you mistress, all this coil is so long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. But did you not tell me that I should know the man by the Athenian garment he had on? And so far, blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far, I am glad it did so sort, because this, their jangling, I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her for faithful joy. And then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down and up and down. I will lead them up and down. Now I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down, and here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me, then, to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak, in some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for words and will not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. And when I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter foot-heeled than I am. I follow fast, but faster he did fly. The fallen I am in dark and even way. And here will rest me. Come, gentle day, for it be but once thou show me thy gray light. I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Oh, coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me, if thou darest. For well I wot thou run'st before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mock'st me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now, go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Ah, weary night, a long and tedious night. Abate thy hour. Find comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight. From these that my poor company detest and sleep. that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye. Steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three, come one more, two of both kinds make up for. Ah, here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, be battled by the dew and the dryers. I can no farther crawl, no further go. My legs to keep up with my desires. Heavens here, Lysander away. All that to me an affray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye gentle love a remedy. And when thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known that every man shall take his own, and your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all will be well.
Come, sit thee down on this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick rose-roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears, my gentle. Will thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Why, I have a reasonable good ear for music. Ooh, let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or some taste, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Surely a peck of provender. I couldn't munch your good dry oats. Ooh, methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, who hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas, but I pray you, let none of your people stir me, for I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Oh, how I love thee! How I dote on thee!
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. And now I have her love, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaken when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen. Yoo-hoo!
My Oberon! What visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe this visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these 5 since.
Music, ho! Music such as charmeth sleep.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes, peep.
Sound, music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be.
Fairy King, attendant Mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the night shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. From now our observation is performed. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this, Lysander? This, Demetrius? Is this Helena? Old Nader's Helena? Oh, I wonder their being here together.
Well, no doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace our solemnity. But speak, Egeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer to her choice?
It is, my lord.
Now, good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly I would speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might be without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough. Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like in sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health, come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Well, fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Egeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us these couples shall eternally be knit.
These things seem small and undistinguishable.
Methinks I see things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes call, and I shall answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho. Peter Quince? Flute the bellows mender? Snug the joiner? Oh, God's life stole hence and left me here asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man be but a patched fool if he were go to expound what me dream thought I was. But me thought I was. Man cannot say what me thought I was. But me thought I was, and me thought I had. The eye of man hath not seen. He had not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. The man's hand is unable to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write me a ballad of this dream. Oh, it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it at the latter end of the play. Oh, before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at the end of her death.
Have you been to Bottom's house? Is he come home?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not, then the whole play is marred. It goes not forward, does it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all of Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he has simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. He is a very paramour of a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. Paramour is, God bless it, a thing of not.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Autumn! Almost courageous day, almost happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Tell us, Sweet Bottom.
No, not a word of me. All that I will tell you is the Duke hath dined. Now, get your apparel together, good strings for your beards, new ribbons for your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, for the short and long of it is, our play is preferred. Now, every man look over his part. Clean linen for Thisbe, and let him not that plays the lion pair with his nails, for they shall hang out as the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onion nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt but to hear them say that it is a sweet comedy. Now, away, go, away!
Joy, gentle friends, and fresh days of love accompany your hearts. Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth, merry and tragical, tedious and brief. What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now. So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
And we will hear it.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning to our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to contest you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know. Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name. Thy trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew, and died.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
O grim-looked night, O night with hue so black, O night which art when day is not, O night, alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that standest between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through mine eyne. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, for whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should answer back.
No, in truth, sir, why should it? Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see, it will fall out just as I told you. Oh, yonder she comes.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
Oh, I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Oh, think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lysander, my trusty still.
And I like Helen until the fates me kill.
Not Shophless to Procrus was so true.
As Shophless to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole and not the lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
This is the silliest stuff I've ever heard.
Oh, the best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
Well, if we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here, come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouth that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here. When lion rough in wildest rage doth roar, then know that I, one Snug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast of good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where's my love?
Oh, roar!
Oh, my mantle! Ah!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well moused, lion.
And so the lion vanished.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams I trust to take of truth this sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? how can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mental good. What? Stained with blood? Oh, approach ye furious fells! Oh, fates, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quill. Oh, wherefore art nature did as lion's frame? Since lion vile hath deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Oh, tears confound, outsawed in wound the pap of Pyramus. I, the left pap, where hot doth hop. Thus die I. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die. 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 Die.
How chance the play is done before. Before Thisbe finds her lover.
You will find him soon enough. Oh, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A mote will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better. He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means videlicet.
Sleep, my love. What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise. Speak. Quite dumb? Dead? Dead? A tomb. Let's cover thy sweet eyes. These lips. This cherry nose. These yellow cowslip cheeks. Are gone. Are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk, and lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue not a word. Come, sweet sword. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade and breast, my imbue. Farewell, friends. Thus this begins. Adieu. Adieu. Adieu.
Will it please you to see an epilogue?
Oh, no. No epilogue. I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there needs none to be blamed. Let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned love now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar calls. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.